You sit at your desk, and around you the praise keeps flowing. Nice proposal again. This analysis is so good it's almost frightening. And quietly, opening your own screen, you let out a small sigh. Why can't I do things like that? Let me say one thing first. Feeling inferior is not a bad thing, and it is not a sign of weakness. If anything, it is proof that you still believe in your own possibilities. The people who come to me for advice often admit the same feeling. Everyone else looks so impressive. I feel like I am the only one being left behind. One woman told me this. Everyone around me keeps getting results and being praised, but I just barely get through my work without mistakes, and sometimes I don't know what value I have at all. There was a quiet sadness in her face, as if she were losing sight of something. Yet as we talked, a different picture appeared. She handled her work more carefully than anyone. She quietly prevented mistakes before they happened. In her team, she was the plain but truly essential person. That feeling, everyone else looks amazing, almost always comes from comparison. And very often, the comparison itself is off. Measuring your gift for coordination and quiet care against a colleague's flashy presentation makes no sense. It is like comparing a soccer player to a violinist. There is simply no shared scale. But because you share an office, it is easy to assume you are all on the same stage, competing on the same ground. Each of us stands on a different set. Our personalities differ. Our experiences, our strengths, our weaknesses, our values, all of them differ. So the truth is, you cannot simply say you are worse than someone else. It is never that clean. It also helps to notice what you are measuring yourself with. Very often, the ruler is not even your own. You picked it up from the office, from the loudest voices, from whatever happens to get praised out loud. The quiet work rarely gets announced. No one stands up and says, "Thank you for catching that error before it spread," or for easing the tension in that meeting. So the ruler tilts toward the visible, and the visible is never the whole of what matters. Still, on the days when everyone seems to sparkle and you feel stuck in the shadows, there is one question I would like you to ask. What have I chosen to place my value on? Each of us carries our own axis of value. But the more impressive others look, the more that axis begins to wobble. That person is confident, that person is praised, that person overflows with ideas. And then, what about me? At those moments, try looking at your attitude rather than your results. Being the person who quietly steps in when someone is struggling. Being the person who watches the whole flow and keeps the team working. These things are not easy at all, and yet they are treated as if anyone could do them, so we end up undervaluing them without noticing. When inferiority hits, instead of scrambling to look more impressive, use the time to check your own core. What have I truly cared about? It also helps to remember that the capable people are not always sailing smoothly. One client of mine always delivered, and everyone looked up to her. But she once said this, because they always expect so much, the pressure is huge, and being unable to make mistakes is frightening. Honestly, sometimes I want to lean on someone, but if I show weakness, I feel like I have failed. We only ever see the outside of other people. That is exactly why we assume we alone are lacking, when in fact everyone carries some worry or doubt. So if you feel almost crushed by the capable people around you, please do not forget what that feeling really means. It means you want to become better. And when your heart truly aches, try turning your comparison away from others and toward your past self instead. If you have moved even slightly forward from a year ago, that is a real and worthy kind of growth. Being surrounded by capable people means you too have room to rise. Seen that way, even your environment can start to look like a gift. One last thing. Inferiority is not evidence of a worthless self. It is a kind of pain that points toward possibility. Inside you, a great deal of value is still sleeping, unnoticed. To dig it up, set comparison aside for a while, and begin by listening quietly to your own voice. You do not have to hurry. Slow is fine, because your worth is already there, resting safely inside you.